everybody! Welcome back to a new reading vlog. This week I am going to try to read books from my TBR pile of shame, meaning books I have started but for some reason have not yet finished. So I'm hoping to get through 4 books. Because, I mean, they already started, but it might amount to a lot of pages. So, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But 2 books in particular I really need to finish this week because they're on my August TBR. So, it would be good to have a head start through that one. So, the books I'm planning to read is Sassy by Madeline Miller. I am like 1/3 of the way through. I'm at page 119. So, this is about Sassy. She's a witch. She has, made some enemies among the gods and stuff. So she is sort of, isolated on this island where she lives alone and she can't escape the island. And she meets some interesting people. And she's basically a witch with magical powers. And she do some crazy ass shit. So really loving it so far. I really don't know, I haven't picked it up. I've mostly read it on my e-reader when I go to bed, when I haven't had anything else to read basically. So yeah, this is on my August TBR, so I really need to finish this one. And then the other one on my TBR is Kings of the Wild by Nicholas Eames. I'm only 34 pages into it, so not a lot at all. So I think like this would take me a long time to read maybe. But at the same time, I was really enjoying what I read. It was really funny, but there's like 494 pages in this one. So I have like 460 left. That's a lot. But I don't really know a lot about this one, but it's basically this sort of war band that gets back together to be able to help one of their ex-bandmates. I think it was something like their daughter was missing or something like that. I don't really remember. So yeah, I'm definitely have to finish this one. And then the other 2 books that I'm hoping I will be able to get to, I will probably get to them, but will I finish them? I don't know. But one is Monster i terapi by Jenny Jägerfeld and Mats Strandberg. Mats Strandberg was one of my favorite Swedish authors, so I basically read everything he writes. But I haven't finished this one, and I don't know why. So I didn't get like too far in this one at all. I'm on page 20. But this one is basically about a therapist that goes missing, and this therapist has basically been having sessions with these very renowned characters from literature, like Dr. Jekyll, Carmilla, Frankenstein's monster, and Dorian Gray, and he's trying to figure out what happened to the therapist. So I was really enjoying what I read so far, and it's mostly written in like interview formats and different like therapy notes and stuff like that. So we'll see, but I'm hoping to get to this one at least. And then the last one I'm hoping to get through is like the one I really should read, because this has been on my TBR pile of shame the longest, for sure, 4 years. But that's Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. I have read so much of this book. I've read over 300 pages, and you can't really tell, but I'm on page 307 and it's over 800 pages, so it's still like 500 pages left. But I am really enjoying this one, so I don't know, I keep putting it down. So I really need to get to this one. So I guess this will be my first prioritized read after the first 2 that is on my August TBR. But this one is about Claire. It's 1946 and she is on her 2nd honeymoon with her husband, and Claire ends up going through these sort of standing stones and she's transported back to 1743, and shit goes freaking down. She meets her husband 6 times grandfather, and he is not a very nice person. And then Claire falls into the hands of a gang of Scottish outlaws, and maybe she meets Jamie Fraser. Everybody knows who it is. So yeah, I'm really liking what I've read so far. But this is sort of a historical fiction romance type of book. Definitely gets steamy at times. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reading this one. Actually, really looking forward to it. But I really need to start with the books on my TBR. So this will be my prioritized reading. And this, people, will be my TBR for the week. So even though they're all started, there's gonna be a lot of pages to read, so I should probably just get started. I'll update you guys later on when I have something to comment on, really. So I never ended up updating you guys because nothing much really happened. I got obsessed with Grey's Anatomy because I got Disney Plus last week and I watched a shitload of episodes. Didn't really read much. I feel like since Sunday when I read 331 pages in one day, I feel like I got a little bit tired in the head. So I didn't want to force myself to read that much. So I just read when I felt like it, really. So reading is not going like that well this week. I mean, I said I had 4 books on my TBR and 2 that I definitely have to read. And I still haven't finished Sassy, and I was like on page, I realized I didn't update it from when I was reading it on my tablet, so I was on page 143, and now I am on 295, so I have like 38 pages left, so I'm just gonna try to power through this one. I am really enjoying it so far. I mean, this is about Cersei, and she sort of gets put on this island because she pissed off the gods, and she lives there, and then some heroes and nymphs and whatnot get to her and, you know, stay there for a while, and shit happens, and then there's gods coming to visit, and, you know, shit goes round. I am really enjoying it. It's a very quick read, and I don't really know why I've never ended up finishing it, but yeah, I read like 85 pages of this yesterday, and on a Monday I read like 66 or something like that. So I have been reading. I have been doing my 30 pages a day, which is my main goal, because I just want to feel like I'm reading something instead of like only reading on the weekends, which was a concept not that long ago. But yeah, I'll definitely finish this one today. Then yesterday, while I was doing Paint by Numbers, I did listen a little bit to Kings of the Wild by Nicholas Eames. And when I say a little bit, I mean a little bit, because I listened to like 19 pages. So now I'm on like 53. And I did realize that I had not updated the book compared to where I was on the because the scene I did listen to, I've definitely read before, so the bookmark wasn't really right, because I did listen to the audiobook last time around as well. So I re-listened to a scene, so now I'm a little bit further than I was last time, but not by much. And just like before, I really enjoy the writing, and the characters are really fun, and I think it will be one big great adventure. And I also noticed, after reading Malice of course, that John Gwynne actually blurbed this one, which is amazing. So it says, a rollicking, page-turning, edge-of-your-seat road trip of a book. And then he continues on the back as well, saying, great characters, lovable rogues that I genuinely cared about, and all manner of fantastical monsters, all spiced with a sly sense of humor that had me smiling throughout. So if John Gwynne says it's a good book, it's gonna be a good book. So yeah, I'm really liking what I read so far, but like I said, 53 pages, so yeah. Hopefully, I'm planning to take my bike today and go to this little swimming hole place by the water. So I'll probably listen to the audiobook of this to get there, and then while there I might read it physically a little bit, and then go swimming for a little bit, and then I might read some more. So yeah, I actually started a laundry not that long ago, so I'm gonna wait for that to finish before I leave, and that might take a couple of hours, so I might leave at like 1:30 or 2 or something like that. So in the meanwhile, I need to finish this. So reading is going so freaking bad. I feel like I really burned out after that Sunday, because yesterday I ended up reading 76 pages during an entire day and didn't even do much except watch Grey's Anatomy. I did go swimming though, but I did manage to finish Cersei by Madeline Miller. I only had like 38 pages left of this book, so really shouldn't have been finishing it at 11 p.m. But I did. But yeah, it was a really entertaining read to follow Cersei and her, life and how she ended up on the island, and like all of the magic and stuff she did, and also all of the heroes and gods and stuff that she met while on her island, and how everything wrapped up and everything like that. Really interesting, very quick read. I don't really know why I put it down in the first place. Something else grabbed my attention at that point, I guess. But yeah, I really enjoyed it actually, and I definitely look forward to reading more Madeline Miller in the future. I have read A Song of Achilles by her. I really enjoyed it. So hopefully she writes something more. But yeah, I ended up giving this 4 out of 5 stars. And then I am currently working my way through Kings of the Wild by Nicholas Eames. And I listened to this on audiobook, like 38 pages yesterday, I think. So I'm on page 91 and I've barely even made a dent in it. And I had like 4 books on my TBR. 4 books. And at this rate, I might finish like 2. So it really sucks. But I did bring this one when I was going to, go swimming. I ended up reading like 4 pages because there were some teenagers that arrived there and they were kind of loud. So I had some problem concentrating. So I just didn't end up reading much, but I did listen to 38 pages while I baked some cookies, which of course I forgot to film, but they were really, really yummy. I've baked those cookies a lot of times before, so I know they will be good. But yeah, so that's when I listened to all my pages, and yeah, reading is going really badly because I'm obsessed with TV shows now. When was that my life last time? Like 10 years ago? I don't know. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this so far. I really like the humor and the banter between the main character. So, they're still sort of kind of trying to rally the gang to, get their band back together to be able to save Rose, which is Gabe's daughter who's in trouble. And shit has gone down a little bit. Shit has happened, but yeah, they're still trying to recruit everybody again, so we'll see how it goes. But I'm really enjoying this one so far. So yeah, hopefully I will be able to get a lot more read in it. Is it naive to want to finish it today? Yes. Is it gonna happen? Probably not. Does that stop me from trying? Probably not. But yeah, I really want to read the other 2 books that was on my TBR. So yes, I'm going to listen to the audiobook of this because right now I'm going to film 2 videos. I think September TBR, because that's all will take me a long time to edit, and also these books will self-destruct in 12 months. I haven't really decided how many books I will have. I'll just look through my shelves and figure out which books have been on my TBR for 5 billion years. So yeah, I'm gonna do those 2, and then I'm gonna go to my parents' house because they're still under summer house, and bring the cat so she can go out. And while she's out, usually about 1.5 2 hours, sometimes even more, I will be reading this. So hopefully I will make a dent in it. Hi, babies. What you doing? You sleepy? I'm just running around for a little bit. Baby. Hi, so it is Friday now. I am currently working my way through Kings of the Wild. I did end up reading a little bit more yesterday, but I read some today, I would say. I was on 280, but then I listened to like 2 chapters maybe of the audiobook, so I'm not really sure what page I'm on. I'll look that up really soon. But this one, like, now they've gotten the entire gang together and they've been through some shit already. There's so much action and like death and monsters and just so much action, honestly. So I'm really enjoying it, and all the banter and the humor and just unpredictable shit going down is hilarious and so much fun. So I'm really enjoying this one. And then yesterday I also read a little bit of Monster Therapy. So I read like 44 pages in this one, and I am really enjoying it. Definitely spoilery for the different characters that are in this book, like Dr. Jekyll, Carmilla, Frankenstein's monster, and Dorian Gray. So I have read Frankenstein, and I really do want to read Dorian Gray, so I'm a little bit sad about being spoiled about it, but anyways. And Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde I've read. So currently we're listening to Dr. Jekyll, and they're basically just, you know, having sessions with him. The therapist is having sessions with him, trying to figure out what's going on. And like, I don't want to spoil it for you, but like why Mr. Hyde is and what he does and why he does what he does, basically. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Since it is in interview format, it's really quick read, so really look forward to reading this one as well. So I think I've been thinking that will definitely not be able, I think I will be able to finish these two books, because I have, like I said, Monster Therapy really quickly, and this one I read physically and listen to the audiobook. Right now I really feel like playing The Sims, so I might do that, and I'm gonna continue listening to the audiobook of Kings of the Wild, because we're in the middle of some big ass debacle and I really want to know what's gonna happen, so I might listen to it while doing so, and then I'll get back to reading it physically. But yeah, first figure out where I'm in the book. So I'm basically on 298. I checked where I was after the audiobook, so I'm definitely more than halfway through. It's like 494 pages, I think, and I'm almost on 300, so you know, I'm under the 200 mark, which usually is when the book speeds up a lot. So yeah, let's get listening to the audiobook. So it's actually Sunday now, and she's like, I don't even know, she's 12:50 in the, well, I want to say morning, but I've been up since like 5, so afternoon. I am still reading Monster Therapy, because I actually went to my fiance's parents' house yesterday to celebrate his birthday and his sister's birthday, so I didn't end up finishing it, but I was flying through it, and I'm on page 186 out of 286, I want to say something 280. So I mean, I only have about 100 pages left, and I will definitely fly through this one. But yeah, it's been interesting to read about the different characters. So far I read about Dr. Jekyll, Carmilla, Frankenstein's monsters, the one that I'm on, and the next one is Dorian Gray. And I have read Frankenstein's monster and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and Dorian Gray is the one I really want to read, and also Carmilla after having read this. But yeah, definitely a little bit spoilery on some of these stories if you haven't read them before. But yeah, I am enjoying it. I feel like maybe it would be like a 3.5 out of 5 star type read. But I haven't read anything today, and like I said, I've been up for hours and hours and hours, and all I've done is basically watch Grey's Anatomy, look at YouTube, and like short stories, what they call it on YouTube. I'm feeling kind of beat, honestly. I'm so tired. But I'm just gonna power through and read this one. Hi. So it's currently Tuesday. It's August 10th. I know I haven't updated you guys in a few days. I'm not reading a lot. honestly. I don't even know what I told you guys last, but I did finish Kings of the Wild by Nicholas Eames. It was a really quick read. I partially listened to it and partially read it. I listened to like 120, 130 pages of it, but it was a really quick read. I definitely flew through that, and I just love the characters and their sort of personalities and the sort of banter going on, and the book definitely made me laugh out loud several times. I gave it 4 or 5 stars. And then I also read Monsterterapi by Mats Strandberg and Jenny Lagerfeld. Is that her name? And I mean, it was interesting to read about the different characters from like old literature. I hadn't read Camilla or The Picture of Dorian Gray before, but I really do want to read them. It was a really interesting plot, like the therapist interviewing these characters and everything like that. And a little bit spoilery if you haven't read the books they're based off of course. I enjoyed it. It was a really quick read since it was in like interview format, so got through it quickly. Not a new favorite though. I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. It was really good, but not like top tier or whatever. And then after that I said I would prolong the vlog just because I wanted to read Outlander, but then I gabbled on, and I was like on 306, which was where I left it off before, you know, picking it up again on this reading vlog, and now I'm on 412. So I've barely read anything. I'm about halfway through, and I'm, you know, 400-ish pages left. And I mean, I like the fact that it's historical fiction and there's romance in it, but during these like 106 pages I've read, there's been like 2 or 3 attempted rapes, and there's been like at least 1 sort of belt beating, and they've had sex like 6 times. Sometimes really weird, like after certain situations where you don't really imagine anybody wanting to have sex, but okay. And it was just one scene that's right about page 400, if you guys know which one I mean, and I just feel like Jamie and Claire's relationship might be not the best. I mean, I've read before that this scene exists in the book. I think I read a review or something like that, someone mentioned it, I don't remember, but it was just so disturbing and wrong. And it was just, I know it takes place in 1743. It was different laws then, and it was different like what's allowed or not, but it was just made me a little bit nauseous, and I just feel like their relationship it's a little bit problematic after that point, honestly. So yeah, having some mixed thought about that, but overall, I mean, it was a really quick read though, because I've barely read anything. Like I feel I've barely put it any time at all down to reading lately, so I feel like when I do get through a lot in a very short time. So yeah, I'm going to be working through on this one. I really need to finish it soon because I have a TBR for this month and this book is not on it, so I just need to finish it. But other than that, I've been watching like a season and like the first 1.5 seasons of Castle on Disney Plus, and I'm obsessed. I used to watch this series all the time before, when it went on TV. So I've seen the first couple of seasons, but I never ended up finishing it, so it would be interesting to see when there's episodes I haven't seen before. But yeah, I've been like binge watching it, which is also why I haven't read a lot. But tomorrow I probably won't read that much either, because it's my fiance's birthday and it's my mom's birthday, so got a lot of shit to do and places to be, so we'll see how it goes. And I don't have the audiobook for Outlander either, so I don't know. But right now I am going to try to read some, so I'll update you guys later with more opinions, I guess. So it's been like 2 weeks or something, 3 weeks, I don't even know, and I wanted so bad to finish Outlander, so I actually picked it up for the first time in forever, and I have made a big progress, but I'm not finished with it time soon. Honestly, I'm not going to be. So I think I'm just gonna wrap up the vlog here and just gonna stop with the last clip from like Tuesday the 10th, whatever it was. Since I basically just told you guys what I thought about the books and what my opinions were so far, I'm basically just gonna tell you guys how much I read and stuff. So, you know, let's all get on with it. So between August 2nd and 8th, you can see that the reading went a little bit up and down. I mean, Monday was 66 pages, Tuesday 105, and then Wednesday back down to 76. And then Thursday 137, and then Friday 374, which was basically the day where I listened to a shitload of Kings of the Wild on audiobook, while at points also read it physically. So that's why the big jump. And then Saturday 102, and then on Sunday 134. And this equaled out to 994 pages, which is definitely less than I've read the previous weeks during my vacation, which is approximately about 16 hours. Probably more than that, since, like I always say, it's not that accurate. But I did reach my goal 7 out of 7 days, which is I read more than 30 pages a day, which is my like main goal. But yeah, I read, since I had already started all of these books, which is the point of this entire vlog, but I did end up reading the final 190 pages of Circe by Madeline Miller, and I read 510 pages from Kings of the Wild, which was almost the entire book because I started on page like 54 or something like that. And Monster Therapy, I read 269 pages, which was almost the entire book as well, because I was like 22 pages into it or something. And then I ended up reading 25 pages of Outlander, and since this one vlog is going until the 10th, which was Tuesday, also on Monday I read 41 pages, and then on Tuesday 55 pages, which was from Outlander. And as you can see, reading hasn't been going very well since then. So yeah, I ended up finishing 3 books and reading about 100-ish pages of another one. So it definitely wasn't my best reading, but since it took me like days and days just to finish Circe, even though it wasn't that many pages left in it, I think overall it was quite okay. Since finishing this reading vlog, reading has been sporadic at best, horrific at points. So I am trying to get into the whole reading while still have to work, which is not going great, because when I get home from work I'm so exhausted I basically just want to nap until the next week. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm sorry this vlog is so late, but I hope you still enjoy it. And yeah, I hope we see each other in the next one. Bye.